June 13th, Wednesday. Today we got Andy Mick's response to Plan B. It appeared in an editorial in the Berkshire Eagle. Chip called me up to read it to me. The unsigned editorial read as follows. When you scoop away the whipped cream from the South County Partnership's sundae of proposed athletic venues for Pittsfield, you won't find much substantive confection. The trio, including former Yankees pitcher Jim Bouton of Egremont, pledged to bring an as-yet-to-be-organized independent Northern League team to Wahconah Park, for which they will do modest renovations, and an as-yet-undetermined minor league hockey team to a proposed $22 million indoor arena on the site of the rejected $18.5 million downtown baseball stadium, which they expect someone else to build. The partners concede that Wahconah is not up to being home to a New York Penn League affiliate. They're counting on dilapidated charm. Does this sound like a recipe for success? Chip and I had to laugh. For months, the Eagle has been saying there's no alternative to a new stadium. Now our Plan B comes along, hasn't even been out there 24 hours, and already they don't like it? And this is the paper that accused the new stadium opponents of being naysayers. I'm sure I've met David Scribner, the editor-in-chief of the Eagle, but I don't remember him. It might have been at a party at my friend Alan Chartock's house. Alan is the executive director of WAMC, Northeast Public Radio, based in Albany. Scribner is a frequent guest on WAMC, reading the morning news in exchange for an Eagle plug and appearing on a program that Alan hosts called The Media Project, which examines how that industry does or doesn't do its job. Now, there's an idea. How about a joint appearance with Scribner and me on The Media Project or WAMC's Vox Pop call-in show? We could debate the merits of our plan for Wahconah Park or examine the Eagles' conflict of interest with the new stadium. Either topic would be of interest to Berkshire residents, if not the entire listening area. Alan is always fighting against conflicts of interest and corporate attempts to buy off the media. It's the main message of his WAMC fund drives, which mix humor, fear, and outright begging to raise the thousands of dollars necessary. To keep this beacon lit, and I'm not kidding you folks, this is it, if we don't have 20 callers in the next 5 minutes, this public radio station and everything it stands for will be gone forever. Gone, do you hear me? We can't let that happen, because we're all in this together. This is our radio station. Why aren't those phones ringing? Not a single phone. Listen to me. This is Kafkaesque. We gotta do it now. Dive, 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 whatever you can give, because, and I'm deadly serious right now, because let me tell you about what happens when the corporate big shots come around with their money. One day, not too long ago, 3 men came into my office, and he's not afraid to talk tough to the big boys. One time, the NBC Nightly News asked him to comment on General Electric's continual legal battle to avoid cleaning up the PCBs it dumped into the Hudson River. I looked right into the camera, said Chartock, and I said, "Jack Welch, clean up your mess." Of course, they never used it because NBC is owned by General Electric. When he's not fulminating about media malfeasance, Dr. Chartock, or that little pain in the ass, as he's known by his carefully cultivated enemies, teaches political communication at the State University of New York at Albany, offers commentaries on the NBC TV affiliate, recently hosted a Me and Mario radio show with former Governor Cuomo, and writes a weekly column for the Eagle. Alan is a legend in the Berkshires, and WAMC is his living room, where people are invited over to learn about what's happening in the neighborhood and the world at large. You drive up from New York City, tune in to WAMC, and you know you're home. I told Chip that WAMC would be the necessary balance to the Berkshire Eagle, the area's most powerful radio station, versus Pittsfield's only daily newspaper.